all of that is just to give you an awareness of the profoundness of the transformations that you are completely unaware of going on even at this instant at various levels of your digestive system and right into your tissues. And having this awareness is so important because it causes you to reflect on the significance of helping this process. And you help this process by helping your digestion. Sit down to eat. You cannot digest. There is not the energy. There is no way that the awareness or attention can support digestion when you're standing. Sit down and be settled. Eat in a settled atmosphere. This is a very phenomenal occurrence where you're transforming the very nature of the nutrients into your own. It's profound because it's transforming at every level, so do so in a settled way. If you're digesting bad news, grief or annoyance while you're eating your meals, you're certainly not doing a good job of digesting the nutrients that you're devouring. Eat with hunger. If you're not hungry, you're not ready to digest. You're still in maybe the sour stage of digesting, and now you start eating again, going back into the sweet and trying at the same time to do the sour stage, and subsequently down along your digestive tract. It's all in a state of total confusion. Will you wait till you're finished? When it comes to vata-phasic digestion, a lightness and a hunger naturally comes. That's the time your body is telling you to eat, and not before. Don't eat if emotionally upset. If you are in grief, you'll see your appetite is gone. It's wise then, you need to provide sustenance if the grief is ongoing, so you eat lightly at that time according to your digestion. But you don't knowingly and deliberately get emotional over food. You choose other times to be emotional if you possibly can. Relaxed eating, not too fast, not too slow. And then eat with awareness. Taste the food, be aware of the process. I'm not asking you to be a monk and hide inside your hood with total silence and devotion to what you're doing. But I am asking that there should be some recognition of the fact that you're sitting eating. And, you know, it's not the time to absorb the news. So be aware. And enjoy the food and enjoy the company. Obviously eat cooked, fresh, live foods. Don't eat rubbish. Don't eat processed convenience foods because they're not the basic ingredients for good health. We'll come back to them. But cooked is far easier to digest. Nature has cooked fruits, but other than fruits, Ayurveda would recommend the cooking. It makes it far easier for you to absorb the essence of the food. Avoid cold foods and drinks. Even in the summer, you don't need to ice it. You can choose a drink like mint. You can take coconut water as they would in a hot country because it is a cooling energy. You want foods with cooling energy in summer, not cold temperature. That only weakens you. Choose foods according to your nature and your needs. So know your own nature, know what suits you. Choose those foods. Sips of hot water to drink. Remember taste. The sips of hot water will clear the taste buds. You'll be more sensitively processing what you're eating. It also supports digestion, sips of hot water. Ayurveda would say sit for 5 minutes after a meal to allow digestion to go ahead. Then stroll for 100 yards. But do not exercise, do not sleep, or do not enjoy sex just after food. You can help your digestion in more ways. You could use spices like ginger, pepper, turmeric. These spices were traditionally used because they enhance our capacity to digest and absorb. And one simple tip is to chop up ginger root, add a little squeeze of lemon, a pinch of black salt or rock salt, and honey to taste. And to have that mixture, a teaspoonful of it before you eat. But in Maharishi Ayurveda, there's combinations of spices called churnas. There's a vata churna, pitta churna, kapha churna. That makes it easy to get the appropriate tastes, plus the right spices for you particularly if you need to balance your vata or your pitta or your kapha. And then there are teas like Digest tea or Beetrim tea in the Maharishi Ayurveda range, which are good digestives. Maybe I'll describe one or two spices for you, will I? That, would support digestion. Ginger is a very important one for digestion. It's a really, really good spice. It is pungent and sweet in taste. It's heating in virya, and it is a sweet vipaka or after digestion taste. When it's fresh ginger, the root ginger, it's oily and heavy, but when it's dry ginger, it's dry, light and penetrating. But the ginger will reduce vata and reduce kapha. However, it does tend to increase pitta, especially the dry powder. You might get away with the root, but the powder might increase pitta if someone's got heartburn or heat problems. It's good for all tissues. It increases digestion. It's good for nausea. It's good for flatulence. It's for griping. It increases the circulation. It clears phlegm in colds and coughs. It's useful in arthritis and for menstrual cramps. Cumin is good for slow digestion. It helps absorption, diarrhea, catarrh, painful and heavy periods. Black pepper. It's good for slow digestion, for a low appetite. It's good for tummy pains and gurgling noises. It clears toxins. It's good to help clear worms. It's good for cough. Good for the chest generally, for asthma and bronchitis, for circulation. But it's nice to think that something that you put on your food like that every day thoughtlessly has all these benefits. When it comes to the Maharishi Ayurveda range, there are various tablets. There's Digest Plus, which is a code number MA154, which is good for appetite, digestion and elimination. Or you have Gastro Support, which is helpful for digestion, especially if you're disturbed by anxieties. But it reduces acidity and heartburn. Or there's Herbal Digest, which is another herbal that stimulates digestion and helps absorption and elimination, but it also balances the 5 Bhuta Agnis. Now, we have to talk about Bhuta Agni.